Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining me. I'm your DM Fork, and this is my journal for Beastbox. So, this being the first one, I'm quite excited to talk about a lot of things, but I think I'm only going to keep it to two things here. And then on a weekly basis, I'll try to talk more and more about different things that are happening and how things are going in the adventure. I think for overall, the campaign's going the way that I expected it to. The players are quite cooperative, which is kind of nice. There's a little bit of learning that we all have to do still. I think there's a bit of nervousness in front of the camera as well that we all have to kind of get over, especially me, because I find that I have been second guessing myself, and it's been sometimes I get kind of camera shy and forget about certain rules. I think the one that really sticks out is Acid Splash. So I'll try to get over that. I've been posting notes on my DM screen to remind me of what to do and things like that. My ideology behind actually spells, now that we're on that tangent, is that the players should know what their spells do. I don't have to kind of babysit them for that. And so I think it's a bit of a learning curve for the players right now in that regard, but they're doing a great job. Taking into account that Cinnabine and Oak 3 are both very new players to D&D. Like, this is their first campaign that they've played in. The first game that they played essentially was our first campaign stream that we put up on YouTube. So for their part, I think they're doing a really great job in kind of adjusting to the rules, and they're actually, it sounds like they're having a lot of fun. And obviously, it helps to have Ghost there because he's experienced, he's played the game, he's DM'd a couple of the games. So it's kind of nice to have him there and kind of guide them through, especially him being patient with them, and picking up the rules has been a little bit slower. So I hope as well that you kind of bear with us in that sense. It is fun as a DM to just have new players in the game because there's a certain type of excitement and you don't know where the adventure is going to go. They don't have everything kind of figured out. They haven't grasped all the rules and what they can do and what they can get away with and all those things. So it's kind of fun to discover those things along the way with them. And once in a while, they do tend to surprise you, which is great. I love that. That's amazing. So overall, the sense of how the campaign's going, I think it's been going great. I think the players are doing great, and we're all having fun and really enjoying it. It's been really interesting when they when they miss their rolls and things like that, especially at some crucial moments that don't really matter, like when they're trying to catch a certain beast. That's been really fun and interesting for me as well. So I had my party start out in Crate Town, which is a small town, and I had them start off at level 1, which is kind of interesting because nowadays a lot of DMs are basically tend to start their parties higher in level. Some usually start around level 3 or level 5, which I would still probably recommend. It's easier for players to not totally get party killed or even die themselves because they have a little bit more hit points. There's a little bit more buffer. They've hopefully have some magic items and some magic available to them and things like that. So there's a big buffer there. The reason that I chose personally to start the party at level 1 at Crate Town is because I like to see what happens in the early levels. And I think the early levels are, for me, especially when I was playing as a player, would be crucial levels because that kind of molds what your character becomes later on. And so if you miss out on those levels with just, like, say if you just wrote it down into your story or your background, it's still good, and people that do it, no problem at all from my side. But for me personally, I just kind of prefer that. That's kind of my thing. So that's why we started off at level 1. Crate Town itself was really fun to make. I'll actually have it available for you guys. If you want to download it, I'll try to put it in PDF format and Word format, and they'll probably be in the descriptions below. And Crate Town's kind of cool because it's just your starting hub. It's right on the coast. and it's surrounded by farmlands. It's relatively safe, which I like. The only thing is, like, I like the idea of once you get out of the town, especially like the center of the town, the main town square, and you start delving into the outskirts of the town, it starts getting gradually a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more, there's more wilderness. And so once you're actually out of the town proper, then it's essentially all wilderness, and it's a free-for-all for whatever might happen. So I like the idea of having safety for the town, like in terms of the town's a very safe place for the party to be at. And then once they head out and into the wilderness, it kind of gradually fades into this place that might be at times hostile and at times mysterious and at times just kind of really sucky for the adventures. And that's kind of the fun of the story. So that's the reason why I chose to start at Crate Town. I like the sense that it's right on the coast and it has the farmland, so you can veer whichever way you want with an adventure. You can actually start an adventure on a boat if you really wanted to, or you can do what I did and have them start adventuring in the wheat fields, where it's relatively safe, but it's kind of, getting closer to the wilderness. And then once they got out into the wilderness area, it becomes a lot more dangerous because help is not as readily available and things like that. So I really, really love that idea of, the town being safe and, the wilderness being a place that's hostile, where there's great reward and great adventure and great fun, but there's a sense of danger there. And I like that danger a lot. So I thought that was great, and hopefully they liked it too. Usually when I start a party in a town like Crate Town or whatever, it might even be a city, it doesn't really matter. My idea behind it is that they actually know pretty much everything about the town because they probably live there or they've stayed there for a while. So they know the ins and outs and all those things. They might not know all the mysteries of the town, but they know most of it and things like that. And they know most of the NPCs and things like that. So yeah, so overall the campaign, like I said, has been going great. Thank you for joining me in me ranting about and talking about just the things that have been going through my mind as a DM. Like I said, hopefully our nervousness ends, especially my nervousness. I feel like I really know the rules decently well. It's just, I don't know, sometimes I just mess up and forget about it or second guess myself. So hopefully that ends soon. Aside from that, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for your likes, your comments, for watching, and yeah, just being a part of all of this. It's been great. It's been exciting. And we're glad to have each and every one of you. So join us every week. We're going to be releasing videos usually every Wednesday for our campaign. And I'll try to have my journal or my DM blog available hopefully a day or two before that so that you guys get caught up. I'm not going to do a review at this moment. But I do have it planned in the future videos for the DM blog. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys when we're adventuring. Bye now.